Take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time.
Alright. Another episode
What's your
of
hat? What is that hat?
by
Is that
me.
Rangers, Texas Rangers hat?
This is Texas Rangers hat. I've actually never wore this hat.
That's like a old school. I like that. It's like
Beautiful.
something. What's his name? Nolan Ryan would wear.
Yeah, I've had this hat for like a year. Never wore it. It doesn't really fit very well, so that was one of the reasons why I've really never worn it. But yeah, I
Well,
do
is
like it.
today Friday the 13th, or are we about to get murdered by a very, very scary person?
Well, it's Saturday the 11th, unless he's a day late and then a couple days early.
A dollar short. It's Travis Utley. Oh, it's not Jason Voorhees. Thank
He's
goodness
in
I
a-
couldn't run.
Look at him in this brand new podcast studio he's built over there.
Yeah, this
We
is
got big things coming.
we do got big things coming. We're talking about hats. I'm wearing my UK 1996 Final Four championship hat.
Woo!
Nice.
Today, as we're recording, is the official start of college basketball season for me. Kentucky Big Blue Madness is tonight, so I'm
Oh,
decked
damn,
out.
that's already tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, sitting in my new podcast studio that is part of my office here in town. I hadn't been on the flagship podcast with you guys for a while, so I'm glad to be back.
Flagship. Flagship's a very
flagship.
broad term. We're like the Santa Maria. He's
Ah,
like
damn
the
it! That's what I
Pinta.
was gonna say.
He's like the Pinta, and real fine by me is the Nina.
There you go.
Quick,
So, yeah.
I'm quick this morning, Wes. I'm quick.
What's the other one? Santa Ana,
Santa Maria, isn't it?
Santa
Santa
Maria,
Maria.
The
and then
Santa Maria, the Pina,
Pinta?
and the Pinta,
Nina.
and the Nina.
There's no colada.
Nope. Take you down the bottom, and I'd pour you sangria. Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. Man, that's how I remember my Christopher Columbus ship's
There you
name
go.
is by Boats and Hose.
Oh,
Little Step Brothers action.
Prestige worldwide.
well, I stepped on a pop top, blew up my
No,
flip flop.
Man, we keep this going all day. They'll be like, we're turning this off. Turning this off. 3 minutes in, we're turning this
Sure.
off.
If they're gonna rhyme a whole podcast, it's like Hamilton in there.
Yeah, they said it's an early sign of schizophrenia is when you start rhyming just shit together all the time. So
I
Wes
was
is
like,
on
just
his way.
shoehorn some Jimmy Buffett in there.
Wes quit drinking and turned schizophrenic.
It-
He needs to
It's
start
that-
back drinking.
It's the Hamilton episode. Everything rhymes.
Oh
Somebody
god.
told me the other day what is that? I've been more short. Like I've been irritable.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And I was like, I don't
Josh
feel
all the
like.
time.
He was like, yeah, you don't really have patience for anything anymore. And I was like, well.
You say it's the people I hang out with too. You said that there's a guy I hang out with. He ain't got patience for shit. It can be very detrimental to my days sometimes. Me just not just being patient. Just be like, hey, dude, it's gonna be all right. Like, because I don't have to be. If there's one person that can get away with not being in a hurry, it's me. I have one leg. People's not expecting me to be breaking any speed records with anything. Like nobody even acknowledges me sometimes. I'm like, dude, Josh, you just kind of just hang out, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I can come.
He'll
I
get
want to
there
go.
when he
I
gets
want to
there.
go. I want to go. I want to go.
He'll get there when he gets there.
Yeah, man.
Well, Wes, you're on a new season of life, not trying to giving up the drinking. I'm losing weight faster than I ever have in my life right now.
Fantastic, dude.
I weighed this morning at 313. That's 46 pounds I've dropped in 3 months.
Dang. I can't believe you were that heavy.
Yeah.
359. Yeah, everybody tells me like, man, you
It's all
didn't see
muscle,
that.
dude.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all muscle, dog. He said it turns the dick after midnight.
I did. I do not have that problem at all.
He said he went to night school.
Yeah, I didn't. I never would have. I would have never guessed. I remember whenever we first ordered shirts, and you were asking for, I don't know what X you were asking for, and I was like, "There's no way this fool wears 2 sizes bigger than I
I
do."
said I had no idea. We had to go to the big and tall store.
Now I'm down to 3. This particular shirt I had on, I couldn't wear last season because it was
Oh
too
man,
tight.
look at you, dude! You look svelte, dude. Your face, you got good color. You look like you're
Yeah.
trimming up. I got I think a couple weeks ago, whenever we did an episode of Real Fine by Me, I had noticed like in your face, like you
Yeah.
know, I guess like we carry so much like weight and fluid in our face, we don't even think about it.
Yeah. I bought. I'm on these weight loss drugs now, but I didn't start my journey that way. I bought some off the black market to get started, but then my
Hell yeah,
doctor
dude.
got me aligned to where I can get them legally now.
Row.com is what he's talking about, the black market. He's not talking about from a person.
Yeah,
They say that
yeah.
those ones that they like I saw Serena Williams doing a commercial for Zepbound or
Yeah.
something the other day, and they was like I saw like where they don't even you don't get the full dose. Maybe you were telling me, Travis, you don't get the full dose. It's got like vitamin B.
When you go to those like Roe and Him and stuff, it's they cut it. You know, classic drug dealer ways.
Yeah,
they
man.
cut
dude.
the real drug with something else so they can sell more of it.
They can flood
So
the
when
market.
you get so I think most of those places put like B12 and different vitamins in there with it, and
Yeah,
then
just
give you a
harmless
smaller
vitamins.
dose. Yeah.
See, I was told the opposite because that the real stuff, like I like finally this was like before that. Well, I've told you all this, but for people out there that don't know, I took Wegovy like it's probably 3 years ago. It was right before like it started becoming like scarce because everybody was
Yeah.
wanting to get on it.
Everybody got
They gave it to
diabetes
me-
all of a sudden, I guess.
They gave it to me for like I think it was a 3 month supply or something. I lost a pretty good amount of weight, I guess. Wasn't anything crazy, but I always like I would take it like your weekly dose, and I would feel fantastic afterwards. And I was like, I don't know what's in this other than like the don't
Crack.
eat so much,
Yeah.
but it made me feel fantastic. Specifically, I'd always take it before a gal that I was dating came over because it made me feel that much better. And then after they told me they weren't gonna give it to me anymore, I got it from Hims, I think. And that shit makes me feel like dead. Like I stopped taking it because it made me feel like crap.
Make you
And
just
Yeah,
feel like
whenever
fatigue.
I Googled it, they said Wegovy and stuff like that has like B12 and like all this other stuff in it that makes you feel better after you take it as well. So I actually ordered like B12 and some of the stuff that was supposedly in Wegovy and whatnot to take. I take it daily now, but yeah, that's what I heard. Maybe I heard wrong, but I'll say the stuff I
No,
got
they
from
might.
Hims does not make me feel like Wegovy made me feel by any means.
I know, like hymns and stuff. They're adding something different into it to split it up. They get it straight from the manufacturer and then add some other things. I'm on Zepbound, which technically I am using it for sleep apnea, which is weird.
Yeah.
That's how my insurance is paying for it. But technically, it is I lose weight so that I lose my sleep apnea. So I couldn't get it through my insurance on just being morbidly obese. You know, could kill me. I had to tell them I couldn't sleep right before they'd give it to me and pay for it, which is crazy. But it's been great. The only thing I've had a little bit of constipation, but nothing. I've even given up caffeine. It does something with your brain where your addictions kind of go away.
Yeah, they're actually using it now to treat alcoholism and addiction, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say,
been
whenever
crazy.
they did mine, I had just done blood work, and they told me that I had like an overactive thyroid, and that's what they gave it to me for was
Yeah.
because of my. I was like, all right, man. I was like, I mean, you're a doctor. You tell me to take it, I'll take it. Like I said, that was before it was out there on what
Yeah.
people were using it for. So I had no idea I was even going to lose weight with it. They were just like, this should help. Here, take this for 3 months, and I was like, all right.
They do y'all ever think you'd be sitting with your buddies talking about your thyroids, dude? I have an underactive thyroid. You know, that's things like your dad doesn't tell you, like when you're growing up, like when you become a man. Like I guess, like you obviously figured it out on your own, but just like the little things like that of like hairs growing in like just wild places. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just wild shit like that. Like your sense to like sniff out bullshit like immediately. Like when you get to like a certain age, I think probably for everybody, but I think it's like a dude for sure. Like I think like you're like, all right, dude, like this is immediately bullshit. Like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just that, like you just I don't know. And now we're talking about our thyroids.
Oh yeah, it's old age, and I'm considerably older than you guys. I
I wouldn't
believe.
say considerably. It's less than
And
20 years, isn't it?
You had your first
43.
colonoscopy yet?
Not yet. I'm not that old.
I've had like 14 or 15 of them.
But, and I'll put this out here, I've got a surgery scheduled, not Monday, but the next Monday. I'm shutting off the old baby faucet.
Claim it. He's putting it out there, guys. Claim it. Claim it out there. Putting it out the universe, going to claim it.
No
Shutting off the baby faucet. No, I'm not freezing none.
Jeez.
I've got
I'm
a
gonna
18.
freeze none. I just watched Austin Powers, and that just he's frozen in that cry. That's what I think of.
I've got an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. I can see the end of the tunnel, and I don't want to go back and start again. So
Yeah.
Dude, you could freeze some though for real, and like you never know. Like 15 years down the road, you're like 170 pounds, jacked, feeling like $1,000,000. Like, you know what? I want a brand new child. Let's just go ahead and have
No.
one. Y'all hire a surrogate.
I'll get another dog. That's what I'll do.
No, well, that's about just as much work at the beginning, man.
Exactly.
Puppies are crazy. My daughter just got a puppy, golden retriever, man, and it's insane. Like how fast they grow, but just how much attention. Like like we have one cat here at our house, and they pretty much take care of themselves. Pretty much. Like, and it's just like that dog. Insane how much time they take up. Cries, whines. They figures out that like they just bark at mirrors and shit. You know what I mean? Like, wow, puppies.
But that's all that's been going on in the old Travis household. We built my new office / podcast studio. Right now, my wife and my youngest are painting his bedroom, and I got another room to paint this afternoon. So
put them to work.
I do too. I'm not good at it, and that's the reason why I hate it.
What you got back there? Got you a bottle of wine back there, I see.
This is
I spot that a mile away.
This is a part of our setup for me and my wife's podcast. Yeah. This is actually the
cupcake
wine we had at our wedding. This is the actual bottle from our wedding.
Is that carbonated
yeah.
wine? Yeah.
It was pretty good. So me and her have started a podcast about being in our middle ages and living through marriage and stuff. It drops when this comes out. It would have dropped our first episode on Monday before this. Y'all can find it. It's called Life in the Middle. It's just me and her every Monday morning at 6 a.m. On all the podcast places. So there's my spiel for y'all to go out.
There's his humble plug.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Travis started losing weight. Now he wants to be on camera more often.
That's right.
Already is Hollywood.
Good, dude. I love it. I love the confidence. It's good stuff, dude. I've always had a dangerously too much, just false confidence. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate any good confidence that comes from a good place. When you really have the opportunity to back it up.
First hour or whatever y'all did.
So she was incredibly nervous, and we've been talking about this for a while, and she finally broke down. Like, I'm going to do it. And then when she got done, she was like, that was really fun. I'm excited about doing it. So
yeah, it's good, man.
She's inherently a talker. She likes to talk. So I think she's going to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just got to keep her on task.
I can remember, especially whenever we first started doing ours, we knew we were going to be talking about probably some things that would hit some nerves with people every now and then. And I remember being so nervous in the beginning, like, who's going to listen to this? And now 2 years into it, like, I feel like I've probably said everything that could possibly get me in trouble at this point.
No one said anything to you.
Unless somebody sees me and Josh going back and forth in, like, actual text messages, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, probably so.
I think you're good.
Yeah, you're definitely safe here. That's for sure.
Anybody,
It's a safe space with me. So
anybody that can see
I'm
those
gonna
isn't
say
going to
some
save
rude
anything.
shit
Anyway.
too. Yeah, dude, I think if anybody found, they'd be like, "Geez, somebody get Jason Bourne. They got to get rid of these guys." Man, I think that's all like, dude, like group text messages though. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if they were like to take like 10, like, say, groups 3, 4, 5 dudes, they like take 10 separate group text messages, and they're like, all right, how many of these guys have been in prison? You know what I mean? Or who's going there?
Yeah.
I always used to say, if you get a whole bunch of guys that work together and there's no females around, like say in a shop or a mechanic shop or something, they're going to start acting gay. They're going to run up behind each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Act like they're humping them from behind, all kinds
true.
of stuff. It's a weird dynamic when you get a bunch of dudes together being dudes.
Yeah, it really is. I will say, I spent all those 4 or 5 years or whatever in body shops, and truthfully, it's either one of the two like extremes. If everybody in the shop likes each other, like gets along, it ends up being a little bit gay.
Yeah.
But if it's like this shop full of old dudes who are like just crotchety and just
Full of sexual
honestly
attention.
should already be retired, they just
Right.
messed up in life and just aren't able to retire. So they're all so mad that they're just don't nobody talk to me.
They're trying to pay their
heard
tool
it
bill
all.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a total bill. Yeah, they done ran up $5,000 on the Snap-on truck. They're fucking
Oh,
prison.
they rack
They're
up
fucking
way
prison.
more than $5,000 on a Snap-on truck, buddy.
So-
You're
So I
talking
don't-
about a wrench on a Snap-on truck.
I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I ran a Snap-on truck for 8 years.
Oh. Dude, there was a shop that I used to go to, and they were people who were not white. They were from south of the border. And I remember this one guy, he was a hilarious little fella. But every time I was at that shop and the Snap-on truck pulled up, that dude left out the back and ran.
I've
Yeah,
been
I was
into
going to
the-
ask you, Travis, real quick about that. You don't have
Yeah.
to like get into too much detail, but like, so you're like a proprietor, right? Like whenever you do that,
Yeah.
kind of. So like, are you responsible for like the inventory on the truck? Like, do you have to like buy that first, or like?
Yeah, so the way they
make a
work is
commission?
they kind of Snap-on does their dealers the way the dealers do their customers. So you buy what you want, and each week you pay a certain percentage back of what you owe to Snap-on. So you obviously buy it at a cheaper price so you can make some money, but
Yeah.
every week you have to pay your tool bill to Snap-on, just
Right.
like your customers have to pay their tool bill to you.
Yeah.
So Snap-on's basasically like a multi-level marketing situation. Like
It sounds like a
it's pretty
fucking
women
Rico.
did, what
like
the
a Rico. You got the.
The way they call that is it is a franchise company.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same way McDonald's works. When you buy
Yeah, it's a
McDonald's,
pyramid.
you owe them for the stuff that you buy to
For the
make your
chicken
McDonald's
nuggets.
run. Yeah.
Right.
So, but it came with perks. I really liked that job. It just got to a point where I was working so much I couldn't see my kids grow up and play soccer and baseball, and I gave it up. So,
I was gonna say, people have run away from the Snap-on guy, but most of my shops that I went to, it's not like none of them had any beef with the Snap-on dude.
No.
Like
But-
everybody, I mean, whenever he would show up, there'd be a bunch of dudes go in his truck and be like, "What you got new? Got anything that makes
Yeah.
this job easier?"
yep, exactly.
Well, I asked that to bring this to my next question. Did
Yep.
you ever have to like muscle anybody, like, to like anybody that ran up like a pretty good bill? Did you have to ever get shitty with people?
Yeah, I mean, it happened quite a few times.
Yeah.
And you could always tell. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to name names, but
Right.
I don't even know if I can remember names, to be honest with you. But you could always tell the guys that needed to pay their bills the most were the ones that would take off work the quickest. Like, hey, we ain't got no jobs. They're going home. And then next week, they ain't got the money to pay their bill.
Right.
I remember one time a guy came in and he owed me supposed to pay me like $20 a week. It wasn't, at that time, $20 was a little bit more than what it would be today.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Man, you'll be fine without that $20 this week." And I was like, "If you get your check on Friday and it's $20 short, what happens?" And he goes, "Well, I'm going in and find out where my money is." That's exactly right. Where's my money? Right? One time a guy bought a whole bunch of stuff, and like 3 weeks later, he quit his job, and he lived like an hour away, and he wouldn't answer his phone. I was like, hey, man, you didn't pay the stuff. I drove with one of my superiors over to his house with a big enclosed trailer. And when we got there, he was working on a truck of his friend's, and he had left. You could tell he was in the middle of working on this dude's truck. And he had left to go get a part or something. We just cleaned him out. When he got back, his buddy's truck was completely tore apart where he tore it apart, but had no tools to work on it anymore.
No tools to put it back together.
It was funny. He called me. He called me after that. Like, I've been calling him for weeks. We do that, and all of a sudden, he's calling me.
Right.
Where's my stuff? Yeah, well, it's
On
my
the
stuff.
truck. Yeah.
It's my stuff, and it's headed back.
Going back in rotation, somebody else ain't gonna pay for it next time.
Yeah,
I guess it's just funny because, like, I guess, like, kind of like knowing you now, and it's just funny trying to picture you in that kind of role of like having to like get like, hey, where's my $20 at?
that was the worst part of the job. It really was, because you get to know those guys, and they were become sort of pseudo friends, and and then you got to be like, hey, man.
It's just like the mafia, dude. Like, like you're going to the corner store, like, hey, how much we got this week? Like, I'm just a little short. Like, we know what happens if you're short. You know what happens. Some other guy comes in with a baseball bat on his shoulder, and he's like, hey, we're going to go out back. We're going to get this $20.
That job's like having 3 jobs. You're a salesman, you're a owner, and you're
a repo man.
You're a repo man. You're the debt collector.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I bet you learned a lot of life skills at that job.
Yeah. I mean, without it, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
That's true.
So it definitely was worth having.
That's awesome, dude. That's cool. I had no idea that you did that. That's cool. But yeah, I could just see somebody ducking out, dude. Just the truck rolling up, big snap on, pretty much billboard on wheels, and they just duck out the back. You see a car, old single cab Dodge Ram, big old gravel dust plume up behind it. Like, well, there goes Leroy. He ain't got your money today.
It never really had anything like that happen, but
that's funny. I'm sure it does happen though.
I've heard horror stories for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, those toolboxes are like $20,000, aren't they?
Yeah, they could get up to be that expensive for sure.
I'm sure you got to take like a down payment on something like that, though, wouldn't you?
Yes. The most expensive toolbox I ever sold was $14,000, but he had a big one he traded in.
Oh, okay.
And I think he ended up owing me $8, but it was huge. I mean, it was 14 foot long and probably 10 foot tall. Had a little step stool that he had to use to get into the top part of the box.
Yeah, I've seen some of them in like shops, dude. Like some of those like older ones, like collector ones and stuff, can bring real big money.
Yeah. It had to be delivered on a flatbed truck because it wouldn't fit in my tool truck. It was huge. It was a big one.
I remember seeing like all the kids that were fresh out of some kind of like NADC or something that would come to be body techs, and they would first trip to the Snap-on truck would be $40,000 down the drain buying tools and a box and everything else.
Reel them in. Reel them in.
What?
3 years. You got to reel them in when they get there. 3 years, and 3 years later, they're like, I don't want to be a body man. I want to go. I want to go work at the factory. And you're like, what are you going to do with this $10,000 you owe me?
Right.
Yeah.
They will try to reel you in. It was a Mac Tools truck guy at a tire shop I worked at right after high school, and my dad worked there too. And I remember he's like, don't you go on that truck. He's like, do not go on that truck. He goes, he says, you work here part-time. He goes, you don't have toolbox here. He goes, don't go on that truck. Dude, I went on that truck. I got a Kershaw pocket knife, a Makita, like 9.6 volt screwdriver. And I owed that dude like $300 when I walked out of that truck. And he's like, well, he goes, now you're a slave to this place and to him. I was like, screw. He goes, don't go back on there. I said, boy, he got me. He said, yeah, he's got nice stuff on there, doesn't he? I was like, yeah.
It's an adult man's candy store, and they just show up.
Pocket knives and everything. I was like, oh, y'all got pocket knives? He goes, oh, yeah. And we got a catalog, too. You can order some. You can order whatever you want. Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's like that, what's that, Swan truck, the ice cream truck?
Yeah, dude, with the frozen goodies. Yeah, man.
I think they went out of business.
Oh, no kidding.
I wouldn't doubt it. I remember them coming to my parents' house and whatnot when I was a kid, and like
I
getting
hadn't seen the
like,
trucks in a while.
yeah, I had the big yellow, like weird
Flat
faux
face,
yellow.
like the old Optimus Prime, but a food truck.
I
Yeah,
remember them pulling up in my driveway when I was a kid, and Mom going out there and buying
Hmm.
all kinds of like all the food for a week. We wouldn't go to the grocery store. It was all swans, like chicken
Yeah.
cordon bleus, and
Yeah, man. Dinners.
yeah,
The little they used to have like these little cheeseburger sliders that were like the bomb, dude. But dude, by the time you figure it up, you're pretty much paying like $2 a piece for those little sandwiches, man. It gets expensive.
yeah.
And it's
But I say
all
we always got ice
preservatives.
cream. I think Mom would get like some kind of frozen chicken or
Had them
frozen
big
pizza.
5-gallon tubs of ice cream.
Yeah. I don't remember what I
Swans.
don't remember. The ice cream sandwiches used to come in this ridiculous size box.
Yeah, dude, like
It was like
32
actual
count.
card, like it was industrial sized cardboard.
Like, where do I put this in my industrial freezer? Yeah, like, you're like taking ice cream sandwiches out of like you have to like buy a whole separate freezer outside just to hold ice cream. Like, well, that's just for ice cream. Like, oh, you got you a freezer? I guess y'all probably deer hunt and stuff, right? No, just ice cream. Just full of ice cream.
You don't have a swan truck to come to your house?
Schwann's truck shows up every month with a huge shipment of ice cream. We can't eat enough of it. I've been having diarrhea nonstop.
We're all lactose intolerant.
Right. Didn't used to be that way, but after 3 months on the Schwann's truck, I can't stop shitting my pants to save my life. Ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, I remember I was getting a bunch off. That's the only truck that I remember coming around. It used to be stuff like that. Used to be kind of big. Like we used to get the
Amazon now,
Orkin
buddy.
guy,
Yeah.
the vacuum fella,
Yes. What was it? Kirby
the
vacuums.
Kirby.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kirby
Kirby.
was the one I think that came around. Orkin
Dude,
was
I've
the
never
commercial.
felt more uncomfortable in my life. When I was married to my ex-wife, we had a house like in a small neighborhood. Well, I got home one day. I noticed this white van like circling around, and there was like this salesman. He had like a red polo on, and like there was this gal with him, and then there was this huge black guy, like enormous. I guess like he was just there to pack stuff around. I guess I don't guess he didn't talk or nothing. So like I'm mowing the yard, dude. Well, uh, she was inside fixing supper or something. Well, I see them pulling the driveway, and I was like, "Oh God, here's a salesman or whatever." Well, they roll the vacuum to the door. They go to get the vacuum out and everything, the shampoo or whatever. Go in the house. Well, I go inside, and they're like, we'd like to do a demonstration. Y'all might be interested in this vacuum. And I was like, they're like, we'll do it for free. Like any room you pick in the house, we'll do it for free. Well, we just got this puppy, and it had destroyed the fucking living room like 2 days before. It was mud, paw prints everywhere still. We hadn't got to clean it up yet because it was through the week and we've been working and shit. So I was like, hell yeah. I was like, well, y'all can do this room if you want. And they was like, oh yeah, we'll get this knocked out. So I go finish mowing the yard, leave her inside with these strangers.
Oh,
I'm out there mowing the yard, drinking beers, dude. Mowing the yard. I'm looking in there every once in a while, make sure there's still like activity going on, like there's not like an axe murder happening. So like I get done. It's like an hour. It's like I get done, go inside, and they're finishing up. Well, like dude, like she finishes cooking supper, like everything's ready. And like it's like sitting there, we're like, dude, like they got us hemmed up in the kitchen, like talking to us. Like he's got this catalog out showing us like payment plans and shit. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, how much is it? And he's like, $1,700 or something. And I was like, whoa, dude. I was like, we're not paying. I was like, we're in our early 20s. We don't have $1,700 to pay for a vacuum cleaner. And he kind of
almost
got
gone
like,
for 35.
yeah, dude, I can go rent one at Pilly Willy for $19, one of those rug doctors, and be done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would just like for like 30 minutes, dude, he was like pressure, dude, like trying so hard to sell. And finally I was like, hey dude, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. I was like, supper's cold. I'm not buying this fucking vacuum cleaner, and you're making me uncomfortable, dude. I was like, hey, it's dark now. I was like, I want you to leave. And finally like I had to push him out the door. But shit, I was like, golly, but I remember just feeling so like I guess like vulnerable, I guess, you know what I mean? Because then I started to realize, like, hey, I'm way outnumbered here. And like, you know what I mean? So then I was like, get out of the house. Because like they were so pushy.
You don't see that door-to-door salesman much anymore.
I think because of stuff like that, people are just too uncomfortable now.
You think COVID may have killed that, where people aren't wanting to go face to face with people very often?
I think it was like on its way out, to be honest, because of like
Yeah.
all these delivery services,
Yeah.
dude. You know, but maybe I'm sure COVID put the final nail in the coffin if it was on its way out.
I had a young kid and a girl come a couple months ago trying to sell encyclopedias. And I was like, dude, everything you're trying to offer here, I got in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
dude, he come to
sell-
my house too.
Who sells encyclopedias now?
He wanted me
was
to buy
very-
some atlas. I was like an atlas.
yeah.
I was like,
He was a
I
young
got
kid.
maps all over the wall, dude. I got
World's
globes
flat.
everywhere. Yeah, there's globes. Come to my house. There's 5 globes in the living room.
I told him, I said, look, man, I've been in sales for 2 decades, and you are very charismatic, and you will have a long life in sales, but you need to find something else to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like crack.
You got
Crack sells
Yeah.
itself.
it does.
no.
Give
I think
it to him the
kid
first
can,
time, and it sells itself.
I think the kid can make good money doing something legit, Wes.
Okay.
He was
Was it
'cause
the
he was-
orange shirt guy or blue shirt, the dude that's
Yeah.
like in college?
Yeah, he was just a young guy. He had a girl with him too, but he was
He caught my
he drew
heel.
my attention, and for me, from what I do, I was like, he's a good salesman. I'm not buying what he's got, but he's a good salesman and should go literally do anything else because he can make money somewhere. Go sell cars. You'll probably make a ton more money selling cars than selling encyclopedias door to door.
When I was in rehab,
sure.
I had a guy.
How many of
that
these
was-
do you sell a day?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I think he does pretty good. If it's the same guy that come out here and talk to
Yeah.
me, he was showing me pictures of people that like I know. He's
Yeah.
like, do you know these people? I was like, yeah, and I was like, why do you have their pictures on your phone? He's like, I sold them a damn
hooked 'em.
encyclopedia. Yeah, they're in there. They're on a monthly plan now.
Well, that's good. I don't need them. I'll just borrow them from there. Hey, can I use that E?
Yeah, dude. But so it's funny you say that because we happen to be in a new book club together, and they're going to bring these books next time, and they're going to share them with all of us.
You're like, my son's got a paper due on electronics or on electronics.
right.
Can I borrow the E you got there so we can look
People
up something?
read books. Who has any kind of room for all these books? You know what I mean? Like,
You got a bookshelf? What the hell?
y'all bookshelf, huh? King of the castle, This guy's got books. But you're talking about like a salesman. I had a guy pitch me in rehab to move to Florida to try to sell timeshares. He was like, dude, he's like, you could, make friends with anybody. You could do this. He's like, I do so good. And I was like, dude, you're in rehab with me. I was like, I don't think I want to go anywhere you went.
That's a pretty crooked business too.
Oh yeah, well he was telling me all about it and how he was like he had this huge boat and he like pulled up like we didn't have phones or nothing, but they had phones like smuggled in, because it's like anywhere else people get people get shit in there. And he was like my boat's on YouTube, and I was like, what are you talking about? Your boat's on YouTube? And he like said, look up this video, and he had like one of our therapists or whatever pull his phone out and look it up. And it was like a 3-second bit of like a 1-hour video of like this boat show in Miami. And it was like the front of his boat. Like you would never know it if he didn't like point it out. I'm like, that's my boat. Like, all right, dude, looks like every other boat there. But yeah, he was like, come sell timeshares. You'll do great. And I was like, nah, I think I'm going to go home.
That sounds like part of the plot from that Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn movie, The Internship, where he's going and selling easy scooters at retirement homes in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this.
That's
The only thing I've had people come to my door
can't do this anymore.
down here has been like the pest control services. And I've always rented here, so I always start with, hey, I just rent here, like, and I don't have any trouble with like mice or pests, so like
I don't own this house, and I'm 3 months late on the rent, so let's not get them involved. So let's not get them involved either. You just need to pretend you didn't pull in this fucking driveway.
They're all like salesmen in the sense of like they're like, well, you can maybe pass this along. I was like, I ain't talking to them people. Like, and then I finally just end with, hey man, I'm sorry, but I'm closing the door. Like,
hey,
get
Josh,
out.
everybody else and advertise on Facebook.
That's what I do at car lots when I'm going in just looking and they come bombarding at you. They're like, are you interested in that truck? Well, I gotta get this car caught up on payments before I go buying a new one.
Like I was.
And they're like, okay, call me, and they'll just leave.
Yeah. I'm looking to trade in. I'm way behind on this one.
Repo guy's looking for this one right now, so I've been thinking about swapping out.
I've been parking it at car lots as a decoy.
I got a title here, but Repo guy doesn't know about it.
Golly. Oh, what about that bomb explosive factory blowing up in Humphrey County, Tennessee?
Oh,
Uh,
McEwen.
I
the
almost forgot
last
about
I seen that they were looking for 19 people,
it. Yeah,
and
dude.
then I saw the building. They're looking for parts of 19 people.
I think they're
There ain't
vaporized
no,
probably.
yeah,
But I
there ain't
mean,
no
it's a
way.
terrible RIP. I mean,
Yeah,
I hate it for the community and for the
super
families,
sad.
dude. It is sad, but I'd say that there's inherent risk of working at an explosives factory.
Yeah,
You know, not to say it's okay, but I mean something. I mean, I guess there'll be an investigation. Surely. I mean, I don't. This ain't the last we'll hear about it.
I
I
seen a
sent
ring
Wes a
door cam.
picture last night.
That's
Yeah,
what
look
it
at that.
looks like afterwards.
What were you
I
saying,
seen a
Travis?
I seen footage from a ring door camera a mile away that it set it off because it shook the whole house and
Oh,
it
I
caught the
believe it.
movement a mile away. So, man, it's
It's
terrible.
crazy. We're showing pictures for people listening, and it's just leveled this warehouse looking
I
building.
wonder if this is the
Truck
ring.
that
Oh,
looks very, yeah. I mean, you're
Yeah,
talking about cars that were in the parking lot just uh, on fire, and
yeah, like up the hill, dude. Like the
that,
parking lot that I saw was like 100 yards away, and like those cars were on
huh.
fire.
yeah,
So
that's
it
the one I
shook the
seen.
trees so much it caught the trees moving and it caused the ring to.
Yeah, to
That's
set off.
nuts, dude. Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh.
It's not that far from here, really.
No,
No, it's
not at all.
probably an hour or so from probably a couple hours from me.
I think it's an hour and
And
a half from us.
I'm assuming they were making explosives for Fort Campbell. I mean, that's
Who knows?
pretty close military base. That guy that we just showed there, the sheriff,
Yeah,
he was talking about it's super sad, and he's like, I'm personally affected by this. I knew people that worked at this plant.
yeah.
All of us that are working this know people who are personally affected by this. It is a sad day.
Well, look at that, dude. Like it's just
I
leveled.
mean, there's no building at
There's
all.
nothing, dude. Nothing. There's no remnants of anything. Yeah. So like if it done that to like metal and wood and plastics and all those materials, like what does that do to human flesh? Like you know what I
Yeah, no
mean?
joke.
Oh, it
It's crazy.
evaporates.
It's sad.
Yeah,
I hate it. And they just had that flood, a few years ago, like this
Ah,
really bad flood.
scary woman.
So
that's the guy that I was talking about right there.
this had me. I looked up that when times have happened where other like chemical or plants have exploded in history in this country, like big ones. And so this one was the Humphrey County. So in 2008, Imperial Sugar was fined $8.7 million by OSHA after a deadly explosion in Georgia. So the explosion then happened. It killed, I forget how many people it said. I looked at the wrong one. Oh, it killed 20. No, okay, then it didn't say there, but there was an explosion in Woodbine, Georgia in 1971 at the Thiokol Chemical Corporation, killed 29 people and injured more than 50. The workers mainly made strip flares to be sent for use in the Vietnam War. There was an explosion in 1989 at a Phillips 66 gas company, Houston Chemical Complex, that killed 23 people and injured 130 in Pasadena, Texas. They said the explosion could be seen from 15 miles away.
There was one last year in Bowling Green.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a fuel manufacturer in Bowling Green, and I'm not going to expand much on it, but I knew everybody that worked there.
Golly, man,
That
that
blew up.
sucks. Mm. I
A
don't remember
race
that
fuel
happening.
company in Bowling Green. I
Man,
Google it.
So
There was a
apparently in
few.
2014 there was the same plant had an explosion. It was not owned by the same people. Rio something, Rio
yeah.
manufacturing.
Rio was then. Now it's AES or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
apparently it blew up back in 2014 and killed one guy and injured a few others.
Accurate
20
interject
workers were
systems.
inside, ripped through the building, killing Ryan. And, oh, it injured three others. Okay.
The one in
Accurate
Bowling Green,
intergestive
no,
systems.
the one in Bowling Green, nobody got hurt, but it was a huge fireball. Um,
Hmm.
I'm looking at it here. That you might want to just put fire at fuel, like at fuel company.
Valor?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh dang, Valor Oil.
God dang.
They got some cookies, dude. What I've never understood about this cookie business.
I don't
Jackpot.
like it.
Well, we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
It's
you
a
go.
rainbow.
It's a gay fire. The
Didn't kill anybody. It was just
fire's
a
gay. It
So-
was just spreading awareness. Did
So
this
this
happen
in June?
Did this fire happen in June?
in March.
No, it's 55 degrees. It wasn't June.
So, the reason why I know about that is because I worked there at one time.
Oh, okay.
My
Well,
that
that
was
office,
the
explosion
multifaceted.
happened, huh?
I wasn't there when that happened. No,
Oh,
Like an
that
inside job to me.
seems a little sus.
Just
Nah,
kidding.
it wasn't me.
Cat.
it
Put
wasn't
on
me.
a timer of some sort, Tully? Who'd you get these
No.
bombs from? Al Qaeda?
For the
No.
record, the
For the
Taliban.
record, it was not me. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, the
Nor
jury's
would I
out.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
just hope that, man, whatever comes of it, that man, obviously we know that probably not going to be a good outcome for the 19 or 18
It's-
missing.
Yesterday it said
I've heard
19.
19 and 18, so either way, it's terrible.
Well, maybe
Yeah, I
they
mean,
found
they're
one guy.
gone. Probably, I mean, depending on how close they were to this explosion, if it did
Yeah.
that and shook people miles away,
A mile away.
there ain't gonna be much left, if anything, of these people. So,
No.
That's sad. And all they were doing was trying to make a living, And
All they
You
were
think
trying to
about-
do, I'm not
if
going to even
you-
say it.
if y'all, Josh, you were a lineman for a while, and I worked
Mhm.
in factories and machine shops and stuff. You hate OSHA and all the safety regulations, but then you see something like this, and you're like, "Yeah, I understand it now, right?" Like,
Yeah, man,
because
safety's
one little thing
paramount.
you can ruin your life and everybody's life in that place, or and all their families. There's no telling what happened. They
Oh,
may
dude,
have hired, they may have hired a dude that morning who lit a cigarette and it was over. You
yeah,
know?
dude,
Yeah.
anything. That's why, like, with those kind of jobs that are like that dangerous, like, you really try to stick together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, anytime there's like somebody new, they're always apprehensive. Like, hey, is this guy going to get us killed or do some
Yeah.
stupid shit? You know what I mean? Like, they have to really feel you out, like, in those jobs. But once you're in there, man. But like, you can become so close because, yeah, like you said, any little thing could be detrimental.
yeah, I remember I went for an interview at Kobe Aluminum for
Mm-hmm.
some kind of supervisor job or something. And I
A
don't
hot
remember why they
place.
didn't hire me. They were like, "Well, we usually whatever from promote from within or whatever and all this." And I was like, "Well, I don't." I was like, "I don't. I'm not working on the line here. It's hot as fuck in there.
It's hot, dude.
I went to college. I didn't go to college to be working on in this. Like, I mean, I'll go find something else." And then, like a month later, like a huge explosion and 3 people died there, and I was like, "Could have
Yeah,
been
man.
me."
It's terrible. It's terrible, dude. Like, you can't like take those, like, I know, like, those places that have like the hot meals and shit. Like, you can't take like a plastic lighter in there or nothing because like any little bit of water gets
Yeah.
underneath those furnaces, or like a piece of plastic gets in one of those metallurgy containers or something, that it can blow the whole place up just
Yeah.
from a chemical reaction. Like, I don't know how to know that works, but I remember like those security guards are very serious about, like, don't be just smoking cigarettes anywhere. Don't be, somewhere you're not supposed to be in the factory. Like, it's not like you're just going to like some place that makes speakers or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, right after I graduated college, I was a machinist, and we would build molds for Gibbs Diecast and Henderson, and they made, like, one of the things we made was like the metal part inside of a steering wheel,
Yeah.
and they would shoot these molds over there, and they're made out of aluminum magnesium. And magnesium, when it's molten, is very potent to water. So their whole thing is while they're trying to mix this metal, you cannot drop one single drop of water in that molten magnesium because it would explode.
That's nuts, dude.
It would blow lava metal
God.
everywhere.
Jeez, that's like hell, dude.
So it was big. They had to wear these big suits to keep like sweat and perspiration in. So when they're moving it around and you don't sweat inside of this, it was a crazy deal to go over there and see that.
It's crazy. People probably make $30 an hour to do that.
Yeah, back then they were probably making $18.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. You ain't even getting $200 a day to go in there in a fucking Spaceball suit.
But they were making good money too, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think you have to like thrill seeking stuff to do stuff, even like in a factory. Like that's a pretty thrill seeking kind of job because you're around something that looks literally like the core of the earth.
right.
Like you're in liquid hot magma. Like I've never been around that, like worked or in like a steel plant or nothing. So I remember that Trace Diecast in Bowling Green, they were close to like our pole yard where we like met up every day, and they would have like those big, I guess like molten vats, like on the lowboy semi trucks, dude, and it would be like caution, hot molten. It's like molten metal, and I'd be like wonder how hot that metal is in that thing going down the road.
Yeah, well, they had those there in Henderson too, where they were shipping them to that plant to do that. So I have seen a truck turn over with those on them, but it wasn't full. So luckily, none of that like spilled out in the road. There's no telling.
It'd be like the movie Volcano. Somebody be trying to call Tommy Lee Jones up in there to solve this problem.
I was gonna say, I remember whenever I worked at A.O. Smith in Scottsville, they had these big rolls of steel, and they were big. I mean, I was 18 at the time, so I was probably 6'3", 6'4", and they were easily probably 4'3" of me at least tall. These rolls of steel,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it didn't look, unless this hook situation malfunctioned, I don't think there was really any way for them to kind of fall off. But I always thought, like, how much does that weigh? And if it does get off of this hook and start rolling down the plant, how many people is it taking out? Because I mean, it would just be like getting hit by a steamroller. Yeah, like I mean, there would be no. If you got your foot under there, you're going underneath that thing. Like,
you ever see videos or footage of where they're on the back of a semi truck and they come loose and they roll over the cab of the truck and just flatten them?
Yeah, they break the chain booms and they just fly through the cab of the truck. Yeah, those things weigh like 70,000 pounds, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know if they weigh that much.
That'd be over, wouldn't it? That'd be way
30.
over.
That's 35 tons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't like fully loaded concrete trucks weigh like 80,000 pounds?
Probably. They're pretty big though.
Wow. I don't know how much those coils weigh. I look up how much does a steel coil weigh. It comes from a factory. I'm curious. Man.
I was gonna say, I'm sure there's different sizes.
Also, it depends on what they're made out of too, right?
70,000. I just threw that sounds like it could be close. I don't know. I was just thinking about like how they destroy the cab. I guess 20,000 pounds would destroy the cab of a semi truck. You know. 70,000 pounds is a concrete truck on a low boy.
I guess standard range was between 7 and 15 tons. Larger 30 tons are common. Master coils, which are the largest, can weigh 46,000 pounds or 23 tons. What?
Yeah.
Larger coils. And master, I feel like master would be bigger.
It's like master just thinks it's better than everybody else.
Okay, well, hey, this is actually, I can actually give visual represent, because this is almost exactly like what I was referencing. I didn't know that there'd be just.
Well, I wasn't, but about 10 tons off, Travis.
Yeah, you
just
were closer
20,000.
Yeah, you were closer
like this.
Yeah, those, like big aluminum foils.
I don't remember them being this wide.
Big ass roll of duct tape.
But yeah, they look just like this.
I'd hate to be
roll of duct tape.
I'd hate to be around when that aluminum band that's holding it together accidentally pops and that thing comes springing out of there.
Holy shit. You talking about just nuts. Years ago, the factory NASCO in Bowling Green, they make coil springs for Nissans. Well, they have like a robot, like these coils, it's just like big, like 30-foot rods of steel that are just molten red hot. And it goes in a machine and it twists it, and then it cuts the ends off. And then these like huge like robot arms with clamps grabs it, and sets it over on this cooling line, and it goes off the other way. Well, one night during third shift, they caught it on camera. Of course, third shift is usually understaffed, so there was maybe 10 people working on the floor,
and half of them are asleep.
Well, yeah. So there was like video that they showed us after the fact, but this robot was picking these hot ass coals up and malfunctioning and just chucking them like through the factory, just throwing them, dude, everywhere. And they had camera until it burned to the ground. They had cameras like just watching this robot, just throwing like Hail Mary, just grabbing these hot ass coals and chucking them. Well, you see people like looking around, like running and grabbing fire extinguishers and shit. But dude, it was July 4th weekend, and I worked for a electrical contractor, and we worked like all weekend, 24 hours a day to like rebuild those lines and stuff, dude. But it burned like half of that place inside to the ground. It's just like chucking these hot ass like spring coals or coal springs. And I was like, could you imagine like if like AI really did get like smart and sentient? Like it would destroy us, dude.
I ain't handling this hot stuff no more. Screw this.
Right, dude. It's break time, dude.
Speaking of AI, I've seen over this last week Stephen Hawking do more stuff than I've ever seen in my life. Videos of him doing the half pipe at the X Games.
Yeah, Christy showed me that video in bed the other night. I said, "What are you laughing at?" She's like, "Watch this video," and I was like, "I'll never get that 10 seconds back."
The best one I've seen was Ray Charles versus Helen Keller in that slap boxing thing.
Dude.
They're both blind and they can't see, so they just fall over trying to smack each other.
What's wrong with people?
That Sora app is out of control. I don't know what we're gonna do there.
This is the one I've seen the most of.
It's what is this? BattleBots?
Yeah.
It's BattleBots for the ones listening. It's BattleBots with Stephen Hawking in a hail.
The one of him doing the half pipe is hilarious. I don't know if you might could find that.
Man.
It's hilarious because I guess they took Tony Hawk doing the 900
right,
and made Stephen Hawking try it in his wheelchair. Oh, that AI is scary because they could literally put our pictures in there and make us say some wild stuff that we never said. And we're nobody, right? So
I'm sure I've said it before.
But we're nobody. What if they make these videos about people who matter? There we go.
Well, that's what they're going to try to do. Jeez. He crashed. God, people have on rubber gloves.
I don't know how you regulate that.
You don't.
Is this the same
one?
One?
Yeah. How do you stop
people?
One. How do you stop people from making videos of what they want? It's just they're like you could just say, "Hey, I was just messing around." It's like Photoshop's no different, really.
All right, Ventura. Next up, an adaptive.
God, I think it would fall under the same parameters like Photoshop. You can, just as long as you're not like,
I don't know how to turn the volume off on this.
Doing defamation. You can pretty much do whatever you want. God, hit his face right on the rail. Is that why he got the chair?
Mr. Rogers teaching Tupac how to rap and all kinds of things.
I wrote that down for a joke. As a matter of fact, when you sent that to me, I jotted that down in my joke book. I said, "This has got to be documented that I've seen this video. That nobody would believe this."
It's
Mr. Rogers and Tupac breaking down a song and
hitting them up.
Yeah,
the classic.
Crazy, dude. It's nuts.
Oh man.
Well, y'all got anything else today?
No, I don't think so. I do want to say I was going to throw this at you. I'll just throw it at you while we're live. So this will be coming out on sometime.
Be coming out the 9/10.
16th.
Whatever 9 plus 7 is. Yeah, 16th.
Yeah, so this will come out on the 16th. So we'll have another one on the 23rd. Josh, I'm going to challenge you. Let's talk about Ivan, beginning of Russia. Ivan the Terrible.
Let me write that down. Ivan the Terrible. All right, the 23rd.
Yeah.
Or next week.
Wes, why are y'all recording so early this week?
Yeah, dude. Why are we recording so early? Tell the good people.
I'm going to put a sombrero on like that one guy did.
He's going to do the Dirty Sanchez.
I'm going to be in Cancun this week.
Ivan the Terrible?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do my homework.
Are you you said you're going to Cancun? Are you going to like a resort or are you going to that'll be a good time. I
don't know. I'm by family. I'm just going with my mom and dad. And they booked it. I'm not even sure what resort we're going to or anything. somebody this week reminded me about all the tension between the cartels and
Oh yeah,
Are you?
dude.
the government right now, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably be staying on the resort. Whenever I
Yeah, I
went to
wouldn't leave the
Jamaica,
resort.
everybody was like, stay on the resort, don't leave the resort. And I did the opposite of that, and I went out into
Yeah.
the countryside because I didn't care. But
I
I do
think
have a little bit of worry about the cartels in Mexico with just how hot the
so.
topic is right now.
So here's the question: you said you're going with your mom and dad. Do you have your own room, or are you staying with them in their room?
I have my own room. Yeah.
So,
Closet. You can't call the closet a room.
There's
so are
actually a
you
staircase, and I'm going to be in under the staircase.
like Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So you and Barry are gonna be listening to this together next week in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to be chasing some senoritas while you're down there? That's what.
Senoritas.
Well, I'll be on the
That's the plan.
resort, so I'm imagining it's going to be a lot of whites.
Well, I mean, they got to staff it for something.
That's true.
It's true,
So-
yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
We
They
will
might
never
be
see
nice.
Wes again. He's going to
I'm
be
not
living
paying
in.
them any money, but my parents are.
They charge us to the room, my parents' room. No,
He's
no,
going to
no.
fall in love with a little Mexican lady, and we'll never see Wes again.
I want to know the real question is, how many watches are you taking, and which ones are you taking?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna wear my Pepsi
Watch
Seiko.
nerd talk real quick. Just
I was
you
gonna
gonna
wear
wear your
Pepsi Seiko the whole time.
just in case
You
you go
might be able-
diving.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I figured like it's waterproof, so I
Well,
don't have
yeah,
to worry about like
it's a pad eye, isn't it? Isn't it like
it's
pad eye?
patty. So
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be going deeper than what is it rated for? Like 300 meters?
300 meters,
Yeah.
900 plus feet. I think you'll be safe.
Yeah, I'm not going that far.
You're not going deep as blue whales.
So
You might-
I'll probably take it, and then I'll probably take my my black golly, I can't remember the name of it now. The one from
I leave the
made in
Hamilton at
Texas.
home.
What's
You might
that?
be able
I
to
leave
find
the
some
Hamilton
good.
at home.
Yeah,
You
I'm
might be
not
able to
taking
find some
the
good
Hamilton.
knockoffs. You'll be in Mexico. There'll be good knockoffs you can probably buy down there too.
Yeah, dude, find me I want a Paul Newman Cosmograph Daytona that looks real.
Okay. I'll
Thank
buy
you.
you the most gaudy blue and gold submariner that looks as fake as possible that I can find.
It's some kind of yacht
Yeah.
master.
Get one that's like
Huge. 50
diamond.
millimeter.
Looks like it's diamond encrusted, but it's really just crystal, like glass that they put in there, and it's made out of aluminum.
It's Donald Trump's face with an iced out grill as the background.
Hey, if they have that, I'm buying it. I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, man.
If you run across some knockoff watches, you got to hit me and Josh up.
I know he's upset he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. He said yesterday in an interview in the Oval Office, because they announced it yesterday, and he was like, they asked him about it, and he was like, well, as a matter of fact, the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize called me this morning and told me she was accepting it in honor of me. And I was like, no, she didn't. No, she did not, dude. No, she didn't. And he was like, and also I had to realize that this award was for the year 2024. You know, I was running for office that year, so maybe next year I'll get it for 2025.
Maybe next
I
year.
was like, dude, just let it go.
Then
like-
next year, it'll be like, well, we didn't do anything till 2025, so I should get the 2026.
Said yesterday he's
Well, I mean, they gave it to
Solved.
Obama, and he just drone bombed the
Yeah,
whole
dude.
Middle East, basically. So,
I think if you're the leader of a country, you shouldn't get it, period, because you're doing questionable things every day. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, just
there's been several
relax.
people that have been the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize that have the opposite of peace.
right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, the atomic bomb, didn't that get a Nobel Peace Prize? Or not nuclear, I guess nuclear fission, which we do use nuclear power, but
Yeah.
you know.
But what does that have to do with peace?
But I think nuclear weapons keep peace between us and a lot of
I guess
the
that's true.
big countries in the East. You
I
know,
mean, truthfully, if we did switch to more nuclear factories across, we would need a whole lot less oil,
oh yeah,
and that would
But
be
it's
that
just so
would lead to a
dangerous.
whole lot more fees.
I think people think about Chernobyl and it kind of turns them off of the nuclear.
Yeah, the one big bad thing that ever happened of an old factory that was out
3
of
Mile
date.
Island happened too. You know, in what the 70s or 80s in
But nobody-
Pennsylvania.
But
There's-
nobody talks about Deep Horizon whenever you're talking about oil.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know?
true, man. Deeper, yeah, that's because our government and our economy, everybody's economy, is based around oil. I mean, everybody's
I
economy.
was gonna
is.
say, I guarantee you, oil has way more blood on its hand than nuclear does.
And diamonds too.
Well,
Yeah, and diamonds don't
that's
even give us anything; they're just pretty to look at.
that show on Paramount, Landman, talks about it all, and
It's a
you
good
know
show.
about our. It is, and new season coming out in next
Spoiler
month.
alert: season 2 coming out next month. Paramount
Uh,
Plus.
Of what?
Landman.
Landman.
Billy Bob
Yeah.
Thornton. It's a good,
Oh.
good show.
If you ain't watched it, it is a really good show. That guy
Uh,
the guy made Yellowstone made that show. So.
Yes.
I was gonna
But
say,
yeah,
we've got,
oils and
whenever
everything.
we were talking.
Don't you work in the oil industry, T-Cat?
Yeah, we just talked about that. The place I worked blew up last.
No, the other oil industry. Don't you
Yeah,
kind of work in petroleum distillates?
I do. We use petroleum products in my job now for sure.
Got us an oil man in here. The
I
man.
also worked for the company that owned the Deep Horizon, but when it blew up. So
I tell
at
you
one
what,
time.
dude, we got a snake in the weeds.
So yeah, I have been all over the oil industry for sure.
We're fighting the power, and we're sitting here talking to it right now.
Well, I'm not.
I was gonna say,
I'm not a
whenever-
landman for sure.
Whenever y'all first said something to me about the explosion in Tennessee, whenever yesterday or the day before, whenever that was, I immediately thought, "Ah, crap! I bet it's that dang nuclear factory over in East Tennessee."
Yeah, Oak Ridge or whatever.
Yeah, but nope, never.
Just
Nope.
just making bombs.
No, not the end of the world yet, Wes. Sorry.
No, I'm glad. Like I said, I think every state needs a big nuclear. I mean, that whole factory basically runs Tennessee.
Yeah.
So you just need one of those and no oil. Just a little bit of uranium, you know.
We're gonna
just-
keep burning that coal,
That-
my God.
But that won't get rid of oil though. I mean,
No, man.
It could.
It's in these phones, it's in this cup, it's in this vape, it's in this keyboard,
yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Anything.
it could vastly reduce how much oil we use.
It's in
I'm
gummies,
not really
like fruit
against
gummies.
oil by any means. I'm against all the bad things that we do for it.
Yeah, for sure.
How much oil is in petroleum jelly?
A lot. I mean, it's right there in the name. It's one
It
of the main
says
ingredients.
petroleum jelly.
Yeah. It's
Come on,
probably
like-
more. It's probably more petroleum than it is jelly.
Jelly.
I would
Yeah,
assume.
I was wondering why it tasted so bad. Hey, comedy.
I'll see. Hold on. How much oil does it take to make petroleum jelly? The exact ratio varies. Commercial
Jeez,
petroleum
dude.
jelly is a semi-solid mixture of mineral oils and waxes, while home recipes require a specific amount of oil, such as a half cup of olive oil and an ounce of beeswax. What? I'm talking about oil.
Maybe
Man,
you should
oil.
put in KY jelly instead of petroleum jelly.
That's kind of where I was going, T-Cat. You see.
I don't know. I don't care enough to continue on to that. but-
Don't put it on your biscuits, folks.
That Kentucky jelly does not taste good.
Don't taste good on your biscuits.
Yeah, I was. I think whenever I went to, I had the hat. I had a hat that was from Kentucky for Kentucky, and it was just blue and said KY on it. So that's everybody out west. They were like, big fan of the jelly, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like,
He said, I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. Because my body's too booty.
I love obvious jokes too.
Oh, yeah, they're the best. Oh, Captain Obvious. Remember those commercials?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess we'll close this one out. T-Cat's got a new podcast, Life in
In the
the
Middle.
Middle.
Comes out Mondays. Well,
Mondays
one's
at
already
6
out.
a.m. Well, the audio version's out. The
Okay.
video version will be out this Monday. And then every Monday following at 6 a.m., both drops will be on YouTube and where you find your podcast at. So be right next to Find By Me somewhere, I'm sure. If you subscribe to this one, subscribe to that one. If you, it won't be, as Wes put it, it's probably the exact opposite of what this is in every way possible. But
And that
we
could
would,
be a good thing.
we would definitely like your support.
Well, I know that our I was looking at our like the makeup of our audience the other day, and I think it's between 18 and 45-year-old men, and there were 0 women tracking on YouTube.
Yeah, we're probably
Shocking.
gonna have a little bit of different demographic. This is more about life with older kids and the transitions of being empty nesters once they leave, and kind of dealing with our marriage as that happens, and we're getting older, and we've got the back half of our life in front of us, and what all happens there, because it's pretty interesting, and we thought nobody really talks about what middle life looks like for people. It's always when you're young or when you're old, there's not really a whole lot of conversation about 40s and 50s and what you got going on. So
Yeah.
Sounds good,
we
man.
kind of wanted to fill that
Y'all ever
gap.
need a counselor? Just get me a couch. Y'all both lay on it, and I'll wear my suit and come in with a notepad and paper, and I'll walk.
No, we'll come in together and we'll play good cop, bad cop. Me and Wes. We'll
There you go.
interrogate you separately. We'll put you in separate rooms. Like, hey, he was saying this and you were saying that. I get to be bad cop.
I'm gonna
We'll
sit-
just play bad cop, bad cop.
Yeah. Listen
I-
here.
Travis
I'm
over there,
inter-
he's talking a lot of shit, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Pound
that's
the
me.
table, walk in and pound the table.
That's me. I do a lot of shit talking. So
But just after everyone's back in the same room, Josh starts talking, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. What we have here is a failure to communicate.
we set up this podcast studio, and my father-in-law was over here helping painting this room and stuff, and we were talking about what we were going to do. He
Like
wants to do.
podcast, gay.
he was
a
First he was like, "What's a podcast?" And then by the time we got done telling him what we were doing, he was like, "I'd like to do that."
Yeah.
So I think down the road, him and my youngest son, which they share a name, they're both named Joe, are going to do one where he talks about life when he was growing up, and my son talks about life now going through high school and stuff. And
That's very interesting. It can be some good stuff.
they're going to call it Generational Joes, I believe, is the
That's
name
cool.
of it. So
I got a buddy that does one that doesn't, I can't remember the name because he literally doesn't advertise it at all, but he does it with it's either his grandma or his mom's pretty elderly one. I can't remember which one it is, but he just does like this hour talk with her just so that he can have it for his kids. That way that they can hear their, I
That's
think it's
awesome.
grandma. Because
That's cool.
like that way she can tell some of her stories and like it can be
Oh, that's
like
sweet, man.
on video.
I think that's kind of what this will be. If
It's
we
like
get it,
a video diary almost.
Yeah.
I told him I wanted to get a couple of me and Jenna's podcasts under the belt so he can kind of watch them and understand what we're doing before they sit down and just talk. You know, they actually have to have a
Tell him to
structure.
check out Fine by Me podcast too while he's checking out podcasts.
I will. So
These three dudes get together every week and just talk nonsense. Every now and then there's a little bit of a template, and then every now and then there's not.
I did tell y'all last week, y'all, it was just you and Josh. Y'all stayed on track without Nick derailing y'all. It was an amazing episode because y'all completed one complete subject, and Nick didn't be like, "Yeah, that's not fun. Let's do an ad read right here in the middle of this."
We miss Nick though, dude. We'll see you next time, hopefully, brother. If you're listening.
Missing Nick, but yeah, it did get it did get a little bit into Josh talking about John Wilkes Booth and the assassination, and I was like, this seems weird. I feel like something else would normally be happening right here.
Well,
Yeah,
even
Nick-
I got to it was a 12-day hunt, and even towards the end, I had to rush through the last 4 days because I was starting to lose attention span myself with my own notes. So I was like really good through the first week. I was like, oh shit, he went in the bar and they shot him. Done.
It was
died. He said he wasn't going out like that. He wasn't going out like no bitch. He had to get up out of there. He went out with guns ablazing, which that's not true at all. He just got shot in the back of the neck, man. He was trying to surrender, but
I
Who
think
knows?
I think Knick Knack Nick has a rodeo coming up in a couple weeks, maybe next weekend.
nice.
So we can shout that out as well. He's going to be out there clowning around. But yeah, they just came back from Cincinnati. I think next
Yeah, I
time he'll
talked
be
to
on.
him yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before yesterday. So they went to the zoo, had like a good little fall break trip with the kiddos. So
Seen the Harambe Monument while he was there.
nice. Hope he took pictures.
I don't know if there is a monument, but that would be.
I bet
funny
there
if there
is
was.
something. I guarantee there's some kind of shrine in that city for Harambe. It's on the internet too much for there not to be something.
Yeah, they'd be silly to not have something there for him.
At least charge $1 for it or something per person. Take a picture with this statue of this.
They probably got one of those penny machines there. You know,
They
you
killed
just
the
put it
gorilla,
in,
right?
flatten it
They
out.
killed him, right, at the zoo. They killed him, or like the law enforcement killed him.
I don't really know who did, to be honest.
I don't know the
law
true
did.
story of Harambe. We get on this. We did another episode shouting out Harambe.
Yeah,
Organically.
every week. you gotta
Golly,
say something.
dude. I swear.
All I know is he's
he lives in
heaven,
our hearts.
From the memes I've seen when it happened, he's in heaven hanging out with Dale Earnhardt and Elvis.
And the alligator from that bit Chubb's hand off.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Happy
From
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. And Abraham Lincoln. So we
They're
got
all
two
right
episodes tied together right there too. See?
And these episodes are for what podcast?
Fine.
Thank you for coming on, Travis.
Yeah, thank
All right,
you
next
for
week.
having me.
Next week, and the terrible week after that, Josh,
knows?
it's our yearly episode.
Oh yeah,
Josh,
Halloween episode.
please.
Ooh,
Christmas.
spooky season.
Yep.
So we've got some stuff coming with that. She's already been working on stuff. I'm not going to
Yep.
spoil what it's about.
It's a
You're
secret.
just about to find out
Stay
whatever
tuned.
she's on. Who knows where we'll be? We'll be at Josh's house. Maybe we'll be in a library. Maybe we'll be on the sun. Maybe the nuclear plant blows up and none of us are here.
Maybe
Who
the
knows?
stars of sun. And you're rotating around us.
So stay tuned. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for coming on, Travis.
Thank
Good
you
luck with
guys.
the new pod.
I
Josh,
appreciate it.
See you.
I hate you. Take it easy. Love the rest
Follow.
of you. Though.
Have a
Goodbye.
good trip.
West Coast, Josh,